Okay, so let's talk about what's going on here. Is that a lot of stuff has been happening over the past couple of weeks, and it's amazing. I mean, Eminem showed up. Everybody, fucking Kevin Hart, goddamn The Rock, goddamn Sylvester Stallone, Jim Carrey, the fucking everybody was showing up because and what happens is that they show up more visible at first, and as you become more powerful, when they realize there's a real serious threat, they show up, and then they start to fade away because you getting more powerful. Like each day, it's starting to snowball, and they're like, "Oh shit, this motherfucker touches, we're done." You know what I mean? They don't want me to die because I'm already DNA activated. Like I would just come back. You know, it doesn't make a difference. It's all about the chakras taking over and shit like that. So anyway it goes, they're done. And the whole government is goddamn secured and fucking foreclosed on with self-executing immediate uh, self-security security agreement. You know, self-executing. So this is Quentin Tarantino. All right. Steven Spielberg walks through the door. I show them a plug that I pulled out of my ear. Like there's that rock thingy and it shredded up so much, but then there's like a little bit more left down in there. And I pulled it out of my ear and put it in a bag. And then I fucking handed it to Steven Spielberg. And he brought it into the astral space and looks at it and he says, "This is just paper." And I said, "Oh, no, it's not." And he picks up a piece of square paper like this and says, "See, it's just paper." And I said, "That's not what I showed you." It's just like, wow. So these motherfuckers just tell lies. That's it. Their whole game is a boogeyman game. These motherfuckers are not anybody that can hurt anybody. All right. Now let me go ahead and tell you also, the divine feminine, the real queen, is the one that has all of them in her. Obviously, she would be wearing the top crown light bodysuit, which would be Minnie Mouse, right? So what I'm trying to tell you is that the one of the whole seven wears the Minnie Mouse suit is not hindered by what's happening here. But what I'm telling you is the reason why I think that these women that are sleeping with these devils and stuff is because her kid went and discombobulated her, changed her. And that's why they said Mickey got to use a paintbrush or whatever, fix her back or probably give her a kiss or something. As I become more endowed, she's becoming less tangible. I was outside walking, telling her that she was brainwashed, and she was like, "What?" Like she didn't understand. She had this puzzled look on her face, like she couldn't tell, what she was doing. So the thing is that this being is typically wise and knows everything. So the main one just knows everything. All these motherfuckers are supposed to know everything. But for some reason, this being doesn't know what true love is or something like that. It's just different missing pieces of these beings. And I told her, I said, "You're brainwashed." And she's like, "What?" I said, you sleep with devil worshippers every night, but then when they start hurting children, you go leave, but then you come back again the next night. You understand? Is that you brainwashed? See what I mean? It's all about perception, and electrical perceptions changes to a fanatical fantasy world. You can use pens and pencils to change beings and shit like that, ultimately. So, in the end of the day, I was sitting with her. She said, "You don't have to marry each of them. Just marry me. They're all inside of her." So she leans forward and they all come out of her back like in a chakra alignment. And I seen each one and I was like, "You gotta be kidding." All right, so I guess we'll just do it then. But then, we were watching Ozark, and then she saw the Jason Bateman guy became angry, and he started like fucking. It's like if you get mad and then you beat something, and then it's like nothing left, and you still stomping on the dust or something. Like she's like, "Don't get like that." So she tells you that, and then she disappears just to make a little adjustment. So whenever you really have to go in on motherfuckers, you handle business, and then you just kick back and like whatever. So all these beings, I literally have been literally kicking their asses, dude, because they fucking changed. All these motherfuckers, I can literally think and they'll just catch on fire anything, like anything I want to happen. These motherfuckers can't do shit about it either. They are completely powerless. Completely powerless. The worst Pennywise situation ever. Oh my gosh. And then they asked something about fear. I said, "Oh no, that doesn't mean anything because it is what I say it is." See what I mean? So if they think that they have a permission slip with fears because they created a permission slip that you can either say that it's true or something or not, and then it is what you say it is. You understand? Is that fear is void. If I decided that I wanted to be afraid just to pretend, it doesn't mean shit. You understand? Is these people asking for permission. So you just got to take away their good faith and their presumptions and shit. Like, that's it. All right. So first it started out like a week and a half ago. And these beings start feeling like, oh shit, this motherfucker is really stepping up. So they all come out and they say, you know what? It would be great if we did all forgive each other. And they were all cheering 42 in the Sheol, man. They can't say that they didn't. Then Bal and Moloch showed up like, what do y'all think y'all doing? See what I'm saying? In like an astral cloud. All right. So when that happened, it created a presumption that maybe they were turning good. And these two, and she was like, nah, that's not the case. So she sends this one down below to show me that they were not appreciative of anything. So she shapeshifts into like a mate for each one of them, and they have a little fun or whatever. And she shows it to me, and then whenever they start acting ungrateful, she was like, "See there, that's what's up. This is what I'm trying to show you is that they're not, they're never gonna be good, shit like that." So I found out that Thor is my kid. And he was speaking the reversal of truth was a fiction. There's fictions, they say they hold death or something like that. But the truth sets you free. So this motherfucker is my motherfucking kid. He's a little boy. And for some reason, somehow, some way, I ended up in this matrix. And I had to get back to the queen. But all the ones that are inside these containments in these simulated landscapes and stuff have a defect to each one of them for whatever reason, and that's why they're sleeping with these sick ass motherfuckers. That's why. And then she runs away, and then she comes back again, like almost like a program, because she doesn't remember, or something's wrong. You tell her that the whole thing is something that happened because she was a part of the outcome or whatever. She's like, what? This is my fault? I was like, what? See what I mean? Like she doesn't, but the real one is like knows everything. Like she'll say something for like 2 seconds and then just disappear and shit. Like, and then it applies to like 100 different scenarios. And it's just like, oh shit. See what I mean? Like that's the real Most High. She knows everything. But whenever they act like they don't know something, or, or if they show like signs of a weakness sign, it's something that compels them to be something that's lesser than their real regular self, like jealousy or anything like that. I noticed that some of them have a weak protocol that comes out and makes them act a different way depending on what it is. So yeah, like her son is fucked up, dude. Like this dude is sick in the head. Like, well, I guess it's my kid too. But yeah, that's why he looks like me, is because he's my fucking kid. I've been kicking this motherfucker's ass all day, bro. I literally slashed Thor's face with his own hammer, bro. It's bad. Like I can hold his hammer because I'm the king of this whole place, and apparently the castle is mine. You understand? Is that castle is me and my wife's, and I'm not being invited there. Like I'm gonna go and kick those motherfuckers out, or I'm gonna fix her, and then she's gonna be good. She's gonna be back. And apparently Mr. Cheeks is different too, or it's a fake Mr. Cheeks. The one that's in the sky is the real one. You understand? But the one that floats in your space, he's a real one. But the one that hangs out with Thor and the queen that's been messed with is not the real Mr. Cheeks. He had a scowl on his face just today when I realized that. And then I look up at the sun, and the sun was smiling. He was like, dude, you fucking figured it out. What the fuck? Like this motherfucker was smiling big. Like he was just like, like I was like, holy shit, I figured it all the way out. And the girl that lives here shows up in my astral space. She's like, fuck you. And I was just like, you thought you had something. She wasn't going to let the motherfuckers touch me anyways. So, I mean, it was always going to work when it was time for the shit to end. And then it's like the meaning of life, is that what needs to happen is these people have to be judged. But when they get judged, it's by someone who they hate the most, who's nice in general. And then they really got it coming. So she just wanted to see how they were going to act, how these motherfuckers are gonna act, and they all fucking just a bunch of shady ass pieces of shit, and it's fucking hilarious. Like when this guy showed up, he was the first one, all right, and then Thor was like, "Ah, man," because I was talking about Expendables and how fucking horrible it was. I was like, "Man, that shit is gutter trash. It's the worst film I've ever seen." I was just talking about movies. I was watching movies on the Roku or whatever the fuck you want to call it. But he shows up like, "You don't like Expendables?" I was just like, I said, "Oh shit, Sylvester Stallone," and I said, "Hell no, that shit was whack, man. That shit was gutter trash." And then I told him about it, but I said, "Man, Rambos and all that shit, those are fucking awesome. Like those, all your other movies are fucking good. Like Tango and Cash, all that Cobra, like that shit is all dope. You know what I'm saying? But that fucking expendable shit, that shit was trash. Who the fucking agreed that that shit wasn't trash? So then Jim Carrey shows up. What do you think of my films? I said, well, all your films are 90% good. And then Johnny Depp shows up, and then goddamn Owen Wilson and Kevin Hart and the fucking goddamn Adam Sandler and shit. And I was just like, wow, okay. So, and then Thor was like, I'm sorry, Sylvester, just da-da-da-da. And he was acting like he was going to make a big investment into us because he's like, man, I really like this guy's, message. He wants to make it easy for all of us to live and survive. But they all turned. So she wanted me to see this. She wasn't going to let any of these motherfuckers hurt me. And Mickey Mouse is fucking awesome, dude. I was like, holy shit. This motherfucker, damn, he's more powerful than everybody in here. All right, first of all. Second of all, he's more powerful than Thor. All right. Thor is getting his ass whooped. Here he come right now. What you got to say? Nothing. Get the fuck out of here. Turn around. There you go. Walk away, bitch. That's right. See, he's lying still. He was always lying. He wasn't necessarily trapped somewhere, if I'm not mistaken. If he was, then he needed to do something to the queen that was in the area so he can get to another place. But the castle, that castle is not his castle. And that woman that's in there is has a handicap to herself, man. You know what I'm saying? So that's not a good thing. But they are going to get out of the fucking goddamn castle. Like whoever is in there ain't supposed to be in there, they ain't going to be in there. Because that shit is my shit and the real queen shit. So whatever it is, whether she gets a kiss and turns back or whatever the fuck, So they were all faking it. And then these motherfuckers showed up. This is two different instances. Then these showed up and they talk about how they hated the reptilians and they're so unreasonable and all this stuff, trying to make it look like that maybe they were the good ones. So then Steven Spielberg shows up and spoils it for all of them. And he says, man, and Quentin Tarantino, we were talking about making the meaning of life film and coming out and, bringing it to the forefront that these beings exist and stuff. They're all vampires, all these beings up here. And then the reptilians are down there. See what I'm saying? So whenever they astral project, depending on where they are, they project up from where they at. See what I'm saying? These beings project into here. See what I mean? So it's like two different heights of projection. And Adam Sandler, when she was doing her cleansing thing and I started to ejaculate, this motherfucker was trying to drink the shit. And I was like, get the fuck away from me, you fucking asshole. Like, I had to make his face catch on fire so he would like stop trying to do it. Like, but apparently, what I found out, and he says your sperm is worth like millions and shit like that. Like you can get $1 million for your sperm. And I was just like, what, locks of hair worth this and all this shit? And I was thinking like, damn, man. And I found out that the sperm that is for her is like a special, like she created it a certain kind of way. So it's like, it's something different and nobody's, I'm not trying to brag or nothing. I'm just saying that it's specially made for the Most High. And I'm not meaning like a fake Most High, but I mean like the Most High is made it to where, so when the chakras activate, DNA comes out, it makes it come out. And it's apparently like extremely, it has a lot of nutrition or something in it. I'm not completely sure. It's just something about it. So everybody wants to like drink it and shit. And they want to, eat my crap and all kind of stuff. And I'm just like, damn, what the fuck? But, they I guess they think that they absorb energy or something. I guess the